Do you believe the Constitution for the United States is dying? What are the symptoms? Could it be activist judges substituting their political preferences for constitutional integrity? Or is it the executive branch attacking every aspect of the Constitution in the name of security or public health? How about our representatives writing laws well beyond the authority given to them in the Constitution? What if I told you that the Constitution is already dead and has been for a long time? But there is a hint in the pages of that dead document about how to get our country back. I am Jeff Robertson, a practicing attorney with over 35 years of courtroom experience and a retired Marine officer of 27 years service, active and reserve. Government officials swear to uphold the Constitution. Politicians claim to admire it. Yet each of the three branches of the federal government has trampled on the Constitution gradually but continually since 1861. Democrats and Republicans, presidents and justices, senators and representatives have all dismissed the idea that there is a fixed meaning to the Constitution that specifically limits the power of the U.S. government, and that was its very purpose. With a dead Constitution, there is nothing blocking any possible federal program. Even as recently as 100 years ago, anyone advocating the types of programs we see on a regular basis would have known that such initiatives could only happen by constitutional amendment. Today, most Americans, and certainly the politicians of both parties, think good intentions are the only criteria for making laws. As history has shown us, noble intentions justify the acts of the worst of tyrants. The purpose of this series of videos is not to detail the long train of abuses that have led up to the death of the Constitution. You are already familiar with them. It is not a lecture series on the Constitution itself, although we will dive into the document to find answers to the dilemma. My intention is to set forth the solution to the problem, the means by which we can revive the Constitution, and the purpose behind it, limiting the power of the U.S. government. It is said that Benjamin Franklin, after the close of the Constitutional Convention of 1787, was asked what sort of government the convention proposed. His famous answer, "A republic if you can keep it," is insightful. Notice he did not say if the government can keep it, or if your representatives can keep it, but if you can keep it. Who is the you to whom Franklin was referring? The general government, as it was called by the Founding Fathers, is solely a creation of the Constitution. Elected and appointed officials may exercise only the powers delegated to them by it. Who was it who delegated those powers to the officials? The preamble to the Constitution begins with, "We, the people of the United States, do ordain and establish this Constitution." It would seem, therefore, that we, the people, are the only source from whom the Constitution, the general government it creates, and the public officials populating the government offices derives any legal status. It should be clear, then, that we, the people, are personally responsible for maintaining and protecting the Constitution and making sure it is enforced against all foes, foreign and domestic. The implication in Franklin's response after the convention was that there would come a time when someone or a group of people would attempt to subvert or destroy what was then America's new form of government. I don't think he was referring to an invasion. Our homeland security, as it is now called, would be put in danger from the inside by domestic usurpation or tyranny, by evil men and women in public office who corrupt, subvert, and pervert the government by the misusing the law to break the law under color of the law, from our inability to keep the republic. Franklin and the other founding fathers were well acquainted with the possibility. Remember in the Declaration of Independence, where the history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. The then King of Great Britain was not a foreign invader or revolutionary in North America. He was the constitutional head of the British government, which means he was the ruler of the American colonies too. All that being true, he and his ministers and Parliament became, under color of British law, a usurper and a tyrant. But in Franklin's response, there was the presumption that we, the people, would always have available the means to defend and save the Republic, even if the general government proves itself powerless, even if their representatives as individuals are found to be incompetent or even complicit. The Declaration of Independence makes it clear that the Founding Fathers expected that what happened to the colonies could happen again when it stated that when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce the people under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. This applies just as much today as it did then. Well, who are the new guards, and what means did the founders provide? Are we to believe that we, the people, should, using the words of the Declaration, throw off the Constitution that we created and leave a vacuum for some new tyranny to arise? Again, quoting the Declaration, prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. The Founding Fathers did not leave their future countrymen with the impossible choice to either suffer while evils are sufferable or to abolish the forms to which they are accustomed. They provided a means already in existence within the Constitution by which we, the people, could repel invaders, put down domestic insurrectionists, and enforce the laws against criminals, from foreign terrorists to homegrown usurpers and aspiring tyrants, while maintaining the forms to which they are accustomed. The means to which I refer are the militia of the several states. The Founding Fathers were familiar with the militia of the several states, as were all Americans of that era. Today the concept is mostly forgotten, or, when remembered, is ridiculed in the press and popular discourse. To be clear, the constitutional militia was originally a creation of the colonies and continued as a creation of the independent states after the Declaration of Independence. The Constitution did not create the militia, but presupposed its existence. In future episodes, we will get into what the militia is not, as well as what the proper use of the militia was and still is. While evils constantly attack us in the U.S., the protection that the militia offers is denied to us. My purpose is to call upon patriotic Americans to, through their state legislatures, revitalize the militia of the several states in order to provide their cities, counties, and state, as well as the nation as a whole, with true homeland security. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please push the subscribe button below and share this video with others who are concerned with how to constitutionally take our country back. If you would like to receive notices of when upcoming videos are released, please press the bell and you will be among the first to get my new videos. Thank you for watching.